What's up, my dear boys and girls, it's Ranger Boy here, and long time no see should be my new catchphrase. I'm sorry guys, but I promise I don't do this on purpose. It's just that I'm really busy with my job. Anyway, let's talk about some exciting news. The recently released information in regards of Pokemon Sword and Shield, and there is a lot to talk about. So if you want to know more, then grab some popcorn, grab some cookies, and let's do this. First, graphics and game mechanics. The first thing which of course stands out in this trailer is the overall graphics. Like in the first trailer, it looks beautiful. The details they put into the environment is breathtaking. Other features which Pokemon seems to have adapted from Breath of the Wild is the shading and also the camera movements, because this Pokemon game indeed seems to be an open world game, and that's why you can actually rotate your camera 360 degrees. Last but not least, there seem to be no wild encounters, so they adapted that mechanic from Pokemon Let's Go. You know what? This doesn't have to be bad, but dear Pokemon Sword and Shield, for God's sake, don't copy Pokemon Let's Go's level up system into the game with the whole experience share thing. Please no. Next, let's talk about the Pokemon and the new characters. And honestly, I like them. Main attraction are of course the revealed legendaries Zacian and Zamazenta. Zamazenta to me at first glance kinda looked like Solgaleo, but then I realized that he also has shields on the side of his body and that he only looks like Solgaleo when he's spreading them out. But I think I rather prefer Zacian and his more slick and more agile design, even though I'm still kinda asking myself whether or not he's keeping that sword in his mouth 24/7, even during eating? Who knows? Of course, Wooloo has to be the most predictable design since we are in Great Britain, so there had to be a sheep Pokemon. But for me, it's the least interesting design, and in my opinion, they actually did it better in the past with Mareep. Next is Casa Flower. This Pokemon and its evolution seems to be the typical grass / maybe fairy type Pokemon, which is good for healing, since even during the live stream, they pointed out that Casa Flower's main ability and main purpose seems to be healing Pokemon and people. Dreadnought reminds me a little bit of Grotle, but I really like his design a lot, with this mix of golden / light blue kind of colors and his jaw as his main feature. But my absolute favorite during this reveal has to be Corviknight. Oh my god, this Pokemon looks great. Maybe it's because of the shading, but the Pokemon looks so epic, like a Pokemon you really don't want to mess with. At first glance, this Pokemon seems to be mainly used for transportation in the Galar region, but I really hope that Ash will catch this Pokemon, because it definitely would be something different. But before we are tackling the most obvious feature, let's mention the new introduced characters for a bit. The professor of this region is called Professor Magnolia, and not really impressed by her first impression, to be honest. She is not as flashy as Sycamore or Kukui, but maybe that is the main reason why they designed her that way. Next, Waifu alert! Professor Magnolia has a granddaughter called Sonia, and oh my god, she's so cute! And she actually looks very mature, especially compared to Kukui's assistant. Who was that again? I don't know anymore, who cares? Just kidding, just kidding. I love you, Lily. Next, the champion called Leon, and I actually expected this kind of design from the champion. Of course, with the royal costume and the very imposing stature, but he also seems to have this Kukui-like of energy, which I really like. Last but not least, Hop, the main rival. Also, not really impressed about him. He seems to be a little bit too similar to Hao, a very laid-back kind of guy, but also serious at times when he needs to be. At least his story of being the younger brother of the champion Leon is something new. I guess his journey will be kinda similar to Sasuke from Naruto or Fubuki from One Punch Man, where they are the younger siblings who are always outshined by the older ones. So I'm very interested about that. But now let's talk about, of course, the main feature and the main attraction of this trailer, which is Dyna Maxing. Dyna Maxing is basically just Pokemon growing to the size of Godzilla / King Kong, and this is where my mixed feelings kinda intensify, because on the one hand it's something new and can provide new aspects to both game and anime when it comes to the battling aspect, but this can also be a hugely negative mechanic, because when you can actually grow your Pokemon to the size of a kaiju, there is a chance that this could be a rather broken mechanic. In terms of the anime, I believe that it will slow down the overall pace of the battles, and as of right now, I just can't imagine Ash using this form, since he prefers battles with speed and sudden maneuvers. So especially for the anime, this new feature really can be a negative aspect. But they actually did something good with this new mechanic. They gave it a time limit. You see guys, during the live stream they actually mentioned that Dyna Maxing can only be used for 3 turns, which means that those giant battles won't last for long. And in my opinion, this can provide some interesting dynamics in regards to anime battles. For example, let's just imagine this. Ash about to finish off his opponent, but then the time limit is over and his Pikachu shrinks back to his normal size, which then would totally turn the tables for our forever 10-year-old boy. So like I mentioned, it can be good good or bad, just like Zemus. How it will turn out in the end depends on how the writers will actually handle this new system. Anyway guys, I really hope you enjoyed this short video about the new trailer and the new features of Pokemon Sword and Shield. What is your opinion? Please tell me, and just like always, I see you guys in the comments down below. Bye guys!